Welcome to my channel, Princess Petals and Fairy Dust Florals. Today we're going to be making just a simple bud vase arrangement. We're going to be using carnations, monocassino, and just greenery, and then just tying it off with a really pretty, simple bow. So let's get started. Like and subscribe below, and if you have a design you would like to see us create, shoot us a message. Or if you have a floral shop, floral boutique, or garden center you would like for us to visit and highlight, shoot us a message also, and we would love to come out and chat floral. I'm going to show, I got these flowers at my local grocery store. They come pre-packaged. Looks like there's some Ostromeria blooms in there. Fabulous, a little extra treasure for me. I'm going to show you, these come pre-packaged like this. You will definitely want, I always take the rubber bands off and save them for whenever I am doing larger bouquets and I need to rubber band the ends of them. You want to remove the plastic off of them. Majority of the time when you are purchasing flowers from a grocery store, they are going to come dry packed. Dry pack means that they are packed in a box with no access to water on the stems. So when they come in, they are very closed up. They almost look just like that as far as being packed. And that is because they've cut them at the farm and packaged them up and shipped them straight out. And they just need to be processed and soak up water so that they can, open up. So if you get flowers and they're still, look like they're more not all the way bloomed up, it's just because they're not turgid and they just need to soak up water. You can also carefully just brush out the petals, and that's gonna help the flower just look a little more open. You don't want to force it because that's gonna cause tearing on the petals and that shortens the life of the petals. Once you get your stems unpackaged, you want to remove all this excess greenery, and you do that because you want the majority of the water being forced up to the bloom, because you want the bloom to last as long as possible. So you don't want water going to these stems. That's just excess energy that the flower has to produce, and you want it going to the flower. I do leave a little bit up here around the blooms, but the majority I just go ahead and just pluck right off. Usually when you get your flowers, if you're getting them from the grocery store, they have already pre-processed the flowers. However, when you get them, you still want to cut the stems at a 45-degree angle on a slant. I have a bud vase here. This is called a single stem bud vase. However, I have been known many times I will simply put 3 stems in a single stem bud vase just because that's what I have on hand. See, this one is definitely not as wide open as these, so I am going to go in and just gently press the petals open. And pressing the petals open, I am just brushing them back simply like that. Because you want the blooms to be open to give the best presentation possible. This is monocassino. It is beautiful. It is definitely turgid and full of water. I am separating them. We only get 2 stems in this pack. Sometimes you will get 3. But the great thing about monocassino is it's 1 stem, but it has several lateral shoots off of it, and you just simply want to kind of just pluck those off. That one is broken. For the purposes of the demonstration, I am going to put 3 stems of carnations in here. You can also use roses, but this is how I do my arrangements. And different designers will do them differently. They will put 1 stem of greenery in, then each stem in separately. After working in a floral shop for many, many years and owning my own floral shop, you find you have to do arrangements in the quickest way possible. And so I'm going to show you the most time supporting way to do a bud vase arrangement. On your monocosineo, you want to go in and do the same thing. Just remove any excess greenery that you are not going to be using, simply because, again, you want all the water to go up to the bloom and you don't want that excess greenery. Before I make any cuts in my flowers, I like to hold them out to how I want them to look in the vase. This arrangement is going to be stair stacked down. You usually want to have your smaller bloom at the top with your larger bloom at the bottom. And I've got these stair stacked down the way I want them to go in the vase. And so then your general rule of thumb is you want your arrangement to be 2.5 times taller than your vase. I can see from here that my cut is going to be right about here on my stems. If you're working with a knife, absolutely work with a knife. I'm working with scissors today, so I'm going to be cutting these stems. You want to cut your flowers at an angle and then drop them right in the water. Of course, the best way to cut flowers is hydroponically, and that is underneath water. If you have access to filling your sink full of water and putting the stems underneath there, absolutely, that is the best optimal way to cut your flowers. From here, I am going to go in and just start adding my monocosineo. I've got my tallest one of my taller ones in here. That is actually going to be in the back. This one is going to be just a little bit below that. Again, you are doing the exact same thing as stair stacking your flowers. You're stair stacking your filler flower. I want this last bunch of monocosineo to be just below this last step of carnation, so I am going to cut it to fit there. Now this, I did not take off the greenery, so I'm going to do that now because, again, you want to have the most water supply going to the blooms of the flower. Now I'm just going to add my greenery into the back. And this is designer's choice. I know designers that put their greenery in first and then they do their flowers. So it's really up to you when you are designing. I just always put my greenery in last. And you just slide it in back behind. I can definitely put more greenery in if I want. I do want to leave enough room to be able to slide a bow stem right into here. Because I want this to be a very vibrant bud vase, I'm going to use a very vibrant ribbon. So I will do the ribbon for the bow and follow along. Delicious. A bow that would fit into a bud vase, you are going to make your first loop that is probably going to be about the length of your finger. In the center, you are going to twist, and then you are going to make another loop on the opposite side about the same length of your finger and bring it to the middle and twist. So there we have 2 loops on each side. You come back to the center and twist. The reason you are twisting is because this is a single face satin ribbon, meaning you want the shiny side up, and by making that loop, bringing it back to the middle and twisting, you are allowing not the rough side but the shiny side to be up. And we are just going to keep going back and forth doing that twist. And this just takes practice, just a lot of practice. Eventually you'll just, well, that just fell on the floor, but eventually you'll just be able to whip these out without even, the more you do it, the faster you get and the more perfection you can get to. So it's just back and forth, making the loop, twisting it in the center. This one I do want to have a tail. This one I do want to have a tail on it. So I am making a longer loop. I am from here going to snip a little bit at the bottom. And now snipping my tail. Now in the center where all those loops have come to and there's the twist, that's where I want to put my wire. And from here, I just want to bend my wire completely over in half. And I take it and pull it as tight as possible, because the key is you don't want to have any space between your wire and your ribbon there. And from here, I just go and start fanning my loops out. The key is you want to have your loops in a round circle and then in a dome when you're looking at it sideways. But head on, it's going to be a circle. And many designers do their bows different. This is not the end-all end ways to make a bow. Every designer has their own certain technique. So this is just the way I make my bows. I've had so many people tell me I make my bows like a left-handed person, which, you know, if you're left-handed, here we go. Follow along. But if not, you know, whatever's going to work best for you. So there we go. Head on, it's a circle. To the side, it's a dome. And from here, you just want to make sure your streamers are shiny side out. Then you want to put your wire, wrap it around a wooden pick. If you don't have a wooden pick, I am always looking for a cost-effective way to move. This is just a stem that I am wrapping it around, and yeah, it bent right up here at the top, but that's fine. I just need it to slide down in here. And you don't need all that stem. Then I just slide it right down in there. That's perfect. Now, I want my tails to be a pretty cut. So what I do is I lay them over top of each other, fold them in half, and make it even. And then I am going to make a cut downward. And there we go. Really pretty V's. And here we have our simple bud vase bouquet. This can be done with roses and a filler flower, any focal flower that you would like to use, and a filler flower and greenery. Then you just tie your simple bow on it and you've got a beautiful display of flowers as a gift for anyone. Like and subscribe below and share with a friend. And if you have a design that you would like to see us create, shoot us a message and we would love to do that design for you. If you also have a floral shop, floral boutique, or garden center you would like for us to highlight on our channel, shoot us a message and we would love to come out and chat floral. Until next time, sparkle on!